everyone, as you know, I'm Belle, this is Charlie. Spring is finally coming and it's time for another book review. So today we're going to talk about the second book in George R.R. Michael's series called A Song of Fire and Ice, and the book is called A Clash of Kings. And if you want a recap on the ending of the first book, you can click down in the Charlie link, and he will take you to a different video where I just spoiled the ending of the first book. So if you're not interested, don't click it. So, the second book basically begins where the first book ends, and there is this big fight about who is supposed to be king. We have Joffrey, who some people claim is a bastard conceived in incest. We have Stannis Baratheon, who is the oldest of Robert's two brothers, who would be king if Joffrey isn't a Baratheon. But then there is Renly Baratheon, who thinks he would be a better king than Stannis. And we have Robert Stark and his Northmen, who wants the North to be free from the rest of the country. So they claim that Robert is king, and of course we also have Daenerys Targaryen, who think that she is actually the rightful queen, and she should rule the entire country. And just as in the first book, the book is written in different people's points of views, so we're just gonna talk about what everyone does. We're gonna start with the Starks. First up, we got Catelyn Stark, or Cat. She works as a counsel for Robb, kind of. Cat also finds out that her father is dying. As the story goes on, there's a disagreement between Cat and Robb. Robb wants to lead his people and go to King's Landing, and Cat just wants her girls back. Then we have Jon. He's in the Night's Watch, helping the Lord Commander. And since there have been White Walkers, the Lord Commander decides that they're gonna go out beyond the wall to see what's actually going on. The wildlings are missing because there are these small settlements that the Night's Watch usually visit when they're out, but they're all empty. So they finally find a settlement where there's people in it, and finds out that the wildlings are gathering for some reasons. Sansa Stark is still in King's Landing, and she is still supposed to marry Joffrey, and Joffrey is a psychopath. He likes to beat Sansa and shame her. The Hound is actually a big help here, because he prevents Joffrey from hurting her too much. Arya Stark is on the road with Yoren from the Night's Watch, and she is dressed as a boy, because there is no girls in the Night's Watch. And they're avoiding the King's Road because of the war. But there's still trouble because the war is everywhere. And I think it's the Lannister, they burn everything. They kill people and they burn their towns. And in the second half of the book, Ira and some of the other boys are in Harrenhal. In Harrenhal, they're at help. It's currently held by the Lannisters. So Ira is plotting for a way to get out of there and get home. And of course we have Brandon Stark. He's still in Winterfell, keeping an eye on his brother, holding court. Brandon is still having his dreams about the three-eyed crow, and I would say there is magic in the air. There's also this big bunch of people coming to Winterfell to pledge alliance. When it comes to the Lannister, we got Tyrell, the little dwarf, the imp. He gets sent to King's Landing to act as the king's hand in place of his father, who is too busy going at war. And he likes it. He really enjoys the drama and the plots and everything going on in the court. And he also needs to solve a problem, because the war is going to come to King's Landing, that's a fact. And they have no food, the people are starving, the people are rioting, the people are angry, there's no soldiers, and he's not actually a fighter, so he has a lot of things to solve. We also have Theon Greyjoy. Robb sends him to the Iron Islands to speak with his father, because Robb wants to be able to attack King's Landing by sea, and Balon Greyjoy, Theon's father, well, since he lives on an island, he got both. Theon has to choose between his father and his will to be king of the Iron Islands, or Robb, who he's been living with the last 10 years. Daenerys Targaryen! And now she is the leader for about 200 people. First of all, she needs to take her people to a safe place. So the only solution is to take her people through a desert called the Red Waste. So eventually she sends out some of her soldiers, and one of the men takes back, I think it's 3 people from a city named Karth, and they decide to go that way. So let's talk about the book. The book is great. When I was watching the series, I was really excited, but the book takes excitement like 10 times higher. That's how great it is. That's how exciting and well written it is. It's great. You should read it if you haven't. And next time we're going to talk about sex, since I am reading 50 Shades of Grey. Bye.